Week 7 of the 2023 NFL season.
Best show
Ever.
Come on,
Dude! Oh, man. Oh,
come on.
we are back.
Hey,
We are back.
come on in for some winners, guys.
That's right. Come
Let's
on
go.
in for some winners. How does this happen? It's week 7 already. How does it goes? We talk about it all the
week.
time.
We were just
it goes
giving out
so,
winners week 1, like yesterday. You know?
Okay.
Well, we're only carrying records right now. We're only, 15 games above 500?
Yeah. That's right.
But,
That's right.
you know.
That's right. But it goes so fast, and every week there's more information. Okay, 49ers are out. I mean, lost a game. Eagles lose a game.
Listen,
It's only the
when
Panthers.
you talk about that, if you go back and watch last week's show,
Yeah,
I want you to go to the 49ers Cleveland game.
Yeah.
Go to the Jets Philly game.
Yeah.
And just see what we had to say about those games, okay? Because here's the favorite thing.
Yeah.
My favorite thing.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. You tell me not a chance, I'm walking right up to the sportsbook window.
I think I may have said the Browns not a chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance, right?
I mean,
that's my favorite. I think, you guys are idiots. That's not a chance. So-and-so's beating so-and-so. That's never going to happen.
So with all this tumultuous stuff, dude, I was sitting there going, now what do we know, dude?
I tell you what. Now, Noah, what do we know? I'm going to tell you, it's week 7.
Okay, yeah.
It's week 7. Last week, I was locked in. I crushed the 3-team parlay.
Yeah, you did.
Like a no-doubter.
You did.
Right? 3 underdogs that I called straight-up winners.
Absolutely.
Well, 2. I said the Jets were going to win.
Yep.
I said Washington was going to win.
Yep.
Or the Browns. No, they weren't in the 3-team parlay. But crushed it. We've got all, and somehow I went 8-7. It just felt like a better week.
Yes.
It felt like a better week. So we get all this data.
Yes.
I sit down, and now we know everything, right? So I sit down to start playing with the algorithm, and I spill my coffee, and just
soak the pages.
soaked it all over my keyboard, fried my keyboard, locked up everything. I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know anything. I am so not I don't know what's happening with this board right now. Listen, I'm normally pretty confident.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
Okay,
The
all right.
algorithm feels off. I'm struggling. We're gonna see what happens.
Okay, well,
But I'm just.
you know what? It doesn't matter. We're going forward.
We are.
So you've got Carl, you've got Doug, you've got
Yeah, buddy.
Fire and Brimm Sports,
The best show
Week
ever.
7 show. Hey, first of all, I say thank you to everybody. We are now over 900 subscribers.
900? 900?
We had a bunch of likes last week. We had, even if you don't like the show, any comment is better
Listen,
than no comment
when we
at all,
keep,
right?
not a chance. You guys don't know what you're talking about. All we do is pick winners. That's how we
that's
do.
right,
That's
that's
how we do.
right.
Consistent winners. And I
Exactly.
don't have a clue this week, and somehow I feel
right.
like I'm going to come out. What do we got? 13 games.
We got 13 games. We have 6 teams are on bye this week.
This is the week I'll go
So
10 and
in
3.
your fantasy, don't pick any of these teams here, so that's a big one.
Burrow getting the
Look at
rest.
this.
Man, I
oh
tell
my
you right
gosh.
now.
That's it. All right, so last week's record, like you said, I started out like 7-2, and then I ended up 7-8. You at least get above 500. Igor, he got the jinx of
He did.
the
That's why you come on the picks board.
And then for me, this is a lessons learned. This is a lessons learned. I called an audible. I was going to pick the Jaguars, who crushed the Colts. I called an audible, and I picked the Saints, and I absolutely, it's a lessons learned to everybody. Go with your gut. I mean, if there's a pick and your gut says something, go with the gut. That's my lessons learned. I know.
Change your mind when you show up for the game.
I know.
So here's the thing: when you go on the picks board,
yeah.
you're right. You don't get to change your picks.
No.
at the last minute. So
There's no changing it.
You're locked in.
I'm locked in. The minute,
Right? So that's what the picks board jinx is. They don't get those last minute decisions. Grant is on the picks board this week with his big 12-3 mark.
Grant McLaren went 12-3.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's a
is
heck of a
amazing.
week.
Gareth went 12-3. Bill's Mafia is back, man. I tell you, Bill's Mafia.
Bill's Mafia making picks. I don't know
You
about
just
Bill's
go down
Mafia,
the
though.
list here. Everybody. I mean, a lot of 11s and 10s and 5s. I mean, that is freaking awesome, is what that is. And then overall, Grant jumps up the board. I mean, with that 12-3,
that's a
that
big
will help
one.
things out.
That's a big one.
All out Bronco though, nice job in that. And Tua is hanging in there too. Like I said, Bill's Mafia, they're back. I mean, Carl, you're right there,
3
dude.
games back.
You
We'll
are
be
right there.
Yep,
You're
we'll be
right in there. And then
I give all my picks out before everybody makes theirs too. I'm at a bit of a disadvantage.
Oh, this week is bad. We'll talk about this in a minute. And then there's just a bunch of others way above 500. So, sports boys, everybody, they're all
If there's
above
one
there.
thing, if you're new to the show and you're still watching,
Yes. You haven't scrolled ahead.
scrolled ahead yet.
That's right.
Hey, listen, here's the thing. What you have is not just our genius picks.
Yes, yes.
Okay? You've got a whole community
Absolutely.
of people that are putting their picks out there.
Absolutely.
Commenting in the post. Everything is free information.
Yep.
And you can take that and do with what you want.
Absolutely.
The bottom line is we've got quality people making quality picks week in, week out, hitting 3-team parlays, and that's you guys hitting that.
Absolutely.
So
you
that's
guys,
fantastic.
you just
Yeah.
our bar is you guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we want to do better than you.
That was a
you know?
3-team parlay.
Three
Nice
team
smart
parlay,
that thing.
nice
That was a
shot,
good one.
nice
Nice
shot
smart
on the
that one. I
3-team.
hope I have some guys
2 weeks in a
on
row.
that one. Yeah,
2 weeks in
that's
a row.
2
You got the Dan Campbell has a nice read. Dan, for multiple reasons, you're doing a great job.
He's doing a heck of a job. He covers the spread too.
All right, survivor pick. I am still alive.
How in the heck, man? That's amazing.
Pinger took one. He took one. He actually called an audible too. He was going to pick. I think it was the Rams. I think it was the Rams.
And he switched to the
And then he
Niners.
switched at the last minute, and he went with the 49ers.
I can understand why, because there's not a chance the Browns were going to win. Not a chance.
Who would call that the Browns would win?
Not a chance.
Carl?
Nobody. Yeah, nobody. Nobody's going to take the Browns only 5.5 on the board when it pushed to 9.5 by game time.
So out of the 52 people that started, 9 are left. Which I'm happy to say I'm one of those 9.
Pretty
So we're going to
impressive.
keep it
You're
going.
getting us
We're going
up.
to keep it going.
If we could tweak the Kool-Aid pick now and get that back to
Tell me about it. It's the 49ers and the Eagles tripped up people last week. And then 7 people actually picked the Bills. That means to that very
sweating
last
that
play, they were
Giants.
sweating that
Yeah.
game out. That's right. Okay, Carl.
That's why you're so upset about the Giants.
I'm very upset.
'Cause
There
they
you
could've
go.
knocked people out of your-
There's your top 5. All right.
So somebody asked last week, well, how I'm picking the Bengals over the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, there you go. There's your explanation of it. Okay. So the top 3, top 4, we basically have the same teams in the top, just a slightly different order.
Yeah,
I'm
you
putting-
have some kind of love for Jacksonville that I do not understand.
Jacksonville
It's
is a
unjustified.
doggone good team. That's what it is. They are a good team. That's why I have love for Jacksonville.
That's why I got love for Joe Burrow and the Bengals, because he's getting better and the Bengals are heating up. Here's the thing. I don't know if Miami's defense makes them number 1. Their defense is suspect. This week is going to tell me a lot about them. There are 3 teams that people feel should be maybe in there that I don't have faith in. I don't have faith in Lamar in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I don't have faith in Josh Allen in Buffalo.
Yep.
And I don't have faith in the Philadelphia Eagles minus their coordinators.
Yep.
With new coordinators. I don't have faith in those 3 teams.
You've been calling it all season long.
I think Baltimore and Buffalo I've been calling for 2 seasons. But I just don't have faith in those teams. Miami's there by default, really. I mean, and I don't even have Buffalo in the top 5, and Buffalo smoked them,
I
right?
took Buffalo.
So how does that make sense?
I know.
Buffalo smoked them.
Absolutely.
But they don't belong in there.
Right.
San Francisco, Brock Purdy, vulnerable without his weapons. You take his weapons out, now, the Browns' defense is really good.
He didn't miss a field goal, though. He did take the team down towards the end, and he's not the one that missed the
I
field
didn't
goal.
watch just the end, though. I watched a lot of incomplete passes, a lot of missing receivers, and a lot of stuff like that.
It was his first. I mean, he's still a rookie.
Yeah.
He's only played 17 games.
I'm just hopefully he needs his weapons.
Yeah, he needs his weapons.
Anybody,
Of course,
anybody,
anybody does.
But
Right.
he's extremely vulnerable without them.
Yep.
And I actually wouldn't say anybody. There are people that can survive without their weapons.
Lions.
I'm not putting the Lions ahead of San Francisco. Look, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
This
Here's
is
the thing
at the
that
moment.
Detroit's doing is they are just everything about Detroit, top to bottom, just feels right. They are so
absolutely.
good. They've got depth. They're overcoming injuries. They're winning on the road. They're covering double. They're winning by double digits. They're 13-3 straight up in their last 16 games. They're 14-2 against the spread their last 16 games. They're in control of that division.
5-1 this
They
season against
have
the
the
spread.
right mental attitude that I was worried about coming out of the gate that they wouldn't have. before Belichick.
You called it since the Seahawks lost.
Yeah,
you said that was a good loss.
That was what they needed,
Yeah.
and it did. It righted that. Man, they have just got the right focus.
Yeah.
And all the great coaches were somebody before they were the great coaches, right? When you say the name Bill Belichick, he was somebody before he was Bill
Absolutely.
Belichick. And I'm telling you, everything he's doing right now, they have built a culture in Detroit. Dan Campbell, I mean, from Brad Holmes, the GM, all the way down, like, this does not feel like the same.
I always
and that's enough rant on, man.
I always get on the coach and coordinator.
Yeah, right, exactly, good point.
Campbell, he does not do the offensive play calling. He doesn't do the defensive play calling. He lets the coaches do that. Yeah. He's the leader of the team. He's a head coach. He's doing the head coach thing.
One thing I always loved about him too, as that head coach and not the coordinator, is when he made a lot of blunders and he made bad mistakes and the clock management mistakes, he owned it at every press
he admitted
conference.
it. That's right.
He didn't deflect it. He didn't get annoyed with the questions. He didn't get irritated with the press. He owned it every single time.
Absolutely.
And I got a lot of respect for that.
Absolutely.
Really
so own your picks by going out to ESPN.
Yeah, own them and don't change them on Sunday before kickoff. Like, run with them.
Which we
Put them in today. Lock them in, guys. Don't wait and see what I picked and then change them.
I've had some people, when they do that, they say they'll be the guest picker. Well, can I change them? I go, no. Whatever you pick, they're locked in. We do not change anything. Nope. So it doesn't matter what happens right before game time. This is what it is. Let's get going. Enough of this. Let's go. Gathering all over the place. Okay, brown bag. I'm going to start with the brown bag. I'm going to go with the Giants in the brown bag. That was the most pitiful display of play calling the last three series.
Why are you so angry with the Giants?
Because
they're terrible. How is a team that's already terrible? They're 2 touchdown underdogs to the Buffalo Bills, and they lose at the end, and you're brown bagging them.
You have a chance to beat one
with
of the best
their backup
teams.
quarterback.
With their backup quarterback. You're on the 1-yard line. You got Saquon Barkley. You bust that ball in instead of this goofy, just low percentage pass is what that was.
Okay.
That's on the coach. It's on Dable is what that is.
I am not brown bagging the New York Giants. I'm applauding them for their effort.
Actually, yeah.
That was a heck of a game. I'm annoyed that I didn't go with them. I never take those huge favorites like that, and I jumped on Buffalo, and that was a huge mistake. I should have been on the Giants.
I was just mad about the play calling. Yeah. It was horrible.
Well, and you wanted all those Buffalo Bills
and I want the Buffalo Bills to be out.
Out of the Survivor. That's your anger. Listen, so mine is the Saints.
That is true.
Look, Carr had a good game. I don't know how the Saints lost that game. So, that you blow out the Patriots, which is fine, and then you come back and lose. You're in a position to get in the driver's seat of that division, and you got to get the ship right. Oh, and you're ready to bang.
Because Dennis
You've got half the coaches in the NFL up there on the hot seat. Every coach in the NFL is on Doug's hot seat list.
Okay. Jeez, I can always be right. Dennis Allen, he's not a coach. He's a coordinator. That's why they lose those games. Because he's not
Mike McCarthy.
Campbell.
Let me get that right.
He's a coordinator.
Yeah. Dallas right
All
in
right.
the ship. All right.
Tell us what you think about our brown bags and who you think the brown bags should be.
Yes, the Giants. Giants.
Okay, bang at me about the Giants. All right.
It really is just kind of like splitting hairs. They're a bad team. They're wearing a brown bag anyway. They got to wear 2 brown bags.
In case the first one breaks, right? Okay.
Guys, I'm running without the algorithm this week, so I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
There are a lot of injuries this week. A lot of quarterback injuries that will get us playing right before game time. But it is what it is. Starts with the Jaguars.
Yeah, so before you introduce the game, we do need to call out the spreads. Like, these are we could have people watching for the first time.
Go.
Getting ready to subscribe.
Yeah.
So if you're still here, if you're still watching, hit subscribe, hit like. But here's the thing. These lines have already moved.
Absolutely.
Okay.
As they do every week.
They do, but more so this week. We pick these games based on the lines that go on the ESPN site.
Yep.
So this game's already down to 1 because Lawrence is probably going to play. But we're picking this at 3.5. That's how we're picking it.
Yep.
And that's the way we got to do it in order to include everybody in that sense. So
absolutely.
If you're wondering, because we have people sometimes, that line's not 3.5, it's 1.5. Listen, this is off the ESPN site. You want to jump in? If you don't know that, jump in and play. Show them again where they got to go.
There you go. Right here.
Jump in and play. And compete again, and then you can tell us how we don't know what we're talking about and we don't have a chance. Let's roll.
Okay, so take on the Saints. Saints by 3.5.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's without Trevor Lawrence. The Jaguars win this one. Yeah. Absolutely. Jaguars win this one.
Not as good as you think. Okay. The Saints
Grant,
on this.
Grant says the Saints.
And I'm going to agree with Grant. The Saints are on this back and forth kind of seesaw. They're going to come back and they're going to get a win. They're trying to take control of their division. Jacksonville will end up winning their division as well. I am a believer in that now, but this is a game where I feel like they've got a chance to put on the gas, but I'm going to take the Saints to go win this game and win it by enough.
Saints are 1-4-1 against the spread so far this season, which means they're horrible.
Perfect opportunity to go 2-4 because the water's going to find its level and they're going to come back to the mean.
I like that. Boy, a little bit of science there.
Yeah,
wow.
Water will find its
You're
level.
working at that.
All these 1-5 teams against the spread aren't going 1-6.
All right, the Lions. This is a nice game. This is a nice game. Lions take on the Ravens. Ravens by 3.5. That's probably right because they're playing in Baltimore.
And the line's down to 2. Yeah, that one's already dropping.
Lions number 3 rated offense.
Goodness gracious.
In the NFL, and they also 5-1 against the spread.
There's been so much fun to even watch. Like it's not aggravating. I just feel like they're doing everything right.
Grant is saying the Ravens. I'm going to go with the Lions. I'm going to take the dog. 2 dogs. Look at this.
I'm not picking this.
2 dogs.
I'm not.
2 dogs. You got to pick this one. No. You got to. You want to pick a last? You want to come back to it?
All right, listen. I'm gonna go with straight with the numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm not like water's got to find its level. I just said that the Lions are 14-2 against the spread. Like you would think it's gonna catch up.
Yeah.
This is a back-to-back road game. They just covered against Tampa. I picked them, and I picked Tampa.
You did. You picked Tampa. You went against them. You went against the grain. We do have a show that we have to conclude here. All right, Lions. Love it. Love it. Love
I
it.
told you I'm a mess.
Look at the Yanks. Yeah.
I'm just a mess.
When he first came down here in the war room, he goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm just absolutely, I'm a mess." That's exactly what you were saying. Okay, here's a mess. Deshaun Watson, who knows? It doesn't sound like he's going to play, so it could be P.J. Walker. Richardson's out, so it could be Minshew.
For the year, yeah.
Take on the Browns. Browns by 2.5. I think the Browns just because of the defense. I'm going to say this right now. It's all defense.
And here's
right
the thing: everybody's going to be on the Browns because of they just beat San Francisco and this great defense. But listen, again, this is going to bounce back.
Grant says the Colts.
Grant's on to something here because the Colts are going to win this game.
All right.
The Browns' defense is every bit as good as we're calling. I mean, Jesus, they've given up 1,000 and like a little over 1,000
1,003 yards,
something
like
games.
that. Yeah, it's some ridiculous amount.
Yeah, so I'm not going to doubt that, but I'm going to go with the Colts and Gardner Minshew to surprise the Browns and get the win here.
Full week of practice for P.J. Walker. I think that makes a difference.
Will not make a lick of difference.
Okay, here again, these are all, we don't know exactly who's playing yet, but
smokes,
we've got the Raiders.
Yeah.
Looks like Jimmy G is going to be out. It could be Aiden O'Connell then. I think it's going to be a rookie. And then you've got Justin Fields with his thumb injury. And what's his name? Dude's name Tyson
Bagent.
Where's he
Tyson
from?
Bagent. Listen, that guy, if you don't know who he is, that's a problem, okay? Because he is a shepherd ram out of Union Grove, Wisconsin, okay? This guy, do you know who his dad was?
No, who?
His dad was Tyson Bagent.
Yeah.
19-time world arm wrestling champion.
No kidding.
Did you know that? 19-time world arm wrestling champion.
No kidding.
Tyson's
got some guns.
Yeah, Travis. His dad's name is Travis. Yeah. Tyson won the Harlan Hill Trophy last year, and he was an undrafted free agent. They brought him in.
So he's a Brock Purdy.
He's
a Brock Purdy.
Watch out.
Wow.
Watch out.
So we could have 2 rookies playing this game.
We better
okay.
get rolling too.
So I think that the Raiders are going to take this. It doesn't matter. I think the Raiders are the better.
No way, man. When you've got world champion blood in you, your dad is a world champion. Bears win this game.
All right.
Bears win this game. They won't try and overdo it. They won't try and overdo stuff.
No, they won't. Okay, the Bills take on the Patriots. The Patriots are a mess.
Sure are.
Bills by 8.5. Grant is saying the Patriots. I'm going to tell you this. The Bills are going to snap back because they're going to hit somebody after playing so poorly against the Giants. and they're going to snap back against the Patriots. What better team to snap back against? Yeah. They're going to cover. I know it's a lot of points. 8.5.
Buffalo has a history of doing well in New England against Bill Belichick, on the road, Josh Allen, all a good history of covering games against New England. Yeah.
He's giving me that WTF look. Okay, the Falcons take on Baker Mayfield, who really was horrible last week. Bucks by 2.5. I think that the Bucks they settle down. They come back in this game. So does Grant.
I'm going to back you on that. Atlanta's kind of they're continuing to slip. They can't seem to find their track, and Tampa should bounce back in because again they're a team that they have the path to win their division and make the playoffs. They're not going to make any noise in the playoffs, but they could be there. So they're gonna start to get on that track.
All right, Washington takes on the Giants. Washington by 1.5. Giants would be Tyrod Taylor. Here's another one. Here's another game that it doesn't look like, it'll probably be game time decisions here, a lot of these games.
Yep.
So, I'm going to assume it's Tyrod
Fortunately,
Taylor.
there's more players on the team than just the quarterback, even though he does have a pretty big impact.
So I want to see you're picking on this one because I'm on the fence on this one.
So tired of taking the Giants, and everything about this game to me feels like Washington should win it.
Yeah.
Which is completely why I feel like the Giants are kind of a different dynamic with Tyrod Taylor in there.
Yeah.
The defense showed up against Buffalo. I hate to think they're as bad as they look sometimes. I think the Giants are going to get this win at home.
You know what?
Division game, they play them twice a year. They're going to.
I'm going to go with you on that because it looked like I think Saquon Barkley is going to carry this one. I think he's going to have a big game. He was looking good against the Bills. I mean, and then they went away from him. They should have given the ball on the 1 yard line. I mean, my gosh. Okay, right. Brown bag. Okay, there we go. Steelers coming off a bye. I think that's always big. Going out to the Rams. Rams get some issues with running. They've got some injuries to the running game. Still, Rams by 3.5.
Yeah, I hate that hook. I do hate that hook, but I am going to go with the Rams to go ahead. Matt Stafford to get this done here and the Rams to win comfortably.
Grant is going with the Steelers, and I'm going to follow suit with you on that. I think that they get a better pass game, by far a better pass game, playing at home. Steelers going to be a little bit soft coming off the bye. A lot of teams do that. So I think it is the Rams. I'm going to go with you on that. Okay, Cardinals take on the Seahawks. Seahawks by 7.5. I mean, I don't think there's any significant injuries or anything like that with either of the teams. I see that Kyler Murray might be practicing here. Yeah. But that doesn't affect this game.
Arizona is terrible.
That's a lot of points.
Absolutely
that's a lot of points.
No reason
for
Arizona to be in this game.
They have surprise teams.
They've been blown out by teams, too.
They have. It's a little bit both, right?
I'm going to go with Arizona.
Yeah.
I think they find a way. I just don't see Seattle putting on like a 38 number. Like, Arizona's going to be in that game.
Grant is going
with... This is just two not very good teams, not great teams.
Grant goes to Seahawks. I think this is going to be, you're going to play to the level of your competition.
Very likely.
And I think that you're right about that. That it's okay, Seahawks would probably still win, but it's going to be close. It's going to be within that 7.5. Back to playing down your competition.
You had everything going so good there on your analysis. Yeah. It's when you pull the Seahawks will probably win the game. You're just not going to cover. That is like, just go with it, man. You don't even need to say that. Just go with, listen, you picked a dog. It's a nice looking pick where most of the people are going to be in the Seahawks. You went outside of your comfort zone. You took a team with some points. Why cheapen it by saying, Seahawks are probably going to win? Of course people are probably going to win. They're favored. Just go with the dog and run with it.
I get schooled every week.
Good job. It's a strong pick.
I've been picking a lot of dogs, actually. I've had quite a few dogs here. I mean, there's probably more than I've had all season long.
What do you got, 2? What do you got, 2?
Oh, no, 2, 3.
Lions don't count.
Yeah,
all right.
Okay. Chargers. Tell you what, Staley, here's another one. Coach coordinator. Mm-hmm. He's a coordinator. Mm-hmm. Take on the Chiefs. Chiefs by 5.5.
The Chiefs are extremely vulnerable in a lot of areas. I mean, Mahomes is Superman. My goodness.
Chiefs are 4-2 against the spread.
Yeah, water will find its level. We're going to go with the Chargers. This is the week where water finds its level, guys. Water starts.
Number 4 offense too. Yep. Believe it or not, they don't look like they're at number 4 offense.
I'm going to say Chargers. I'm going to say they're a threat to win this football game.
Wow. Okay, you've been making those picks every week. You've been making those picks, and I tell you what, I'm just going to go with the Chiefs until.
Well, they're the favorite.
Until the Chargers. It's always tough in Arrowhead, and as long as they have Brandon Staley as the head coach, forget it. I mean, forget it. All right.
What's the minute? We're going to have to check the minute on this.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, Packers take on the Broncos. Packers by 1.5.
just a complete dumpster fire of a game here.
It is.
I
It
don't
is
think
complete
Green Bay's
dumpster
any
fire.
good. I think they are falling faster than they even know. They are in no way a threat to the NFC.
And they're playing elevation too.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Broncos to win this game. They've got to get a. They're going to get a win somehow, even though they're getting rid of all the their star player. They're just seem like they're on a path of destruction. It's still an NFL game. They're going to win up there in Mile High. They're not playing a tough team. Green Bay's not good.
Broncos are 0-5 against the spread.
Good.
1-6.
1-5 is better than 0-5.
And so Grant and I looked at that. We talked about it. We did the analysis on our computers and said, no, it's the Packers. Definitely the Packers.
There's no algorithm today. It's just me. This is my raw information
Raw
that I'm
talent
providing.
is
Yes.
what it is.
Yes. We'll see
Okay.
how we do without the algorithm.
Big.
I said I'll do it myself.
This has got to be the game of the week right here. Dolphins take on the Eagles. Eagles by 1.5. Okay, their home team, right? That sounds about right. That the home team would be their
here's-
favorite. Want to hear what you're saying about this? We'll just start out. Grant is going with the Eagles. Dolphins also covering everything.
This game's
Number
so
one
hard for me.
offense.
Well, yeah, they're not covering everything because they had this similar situation with Buffalo and then they got smoked
They got
48
smoked.
to
They got
20.
smoked,
Okay,
yeah.
so, but here's the thing: is I am always like Vegas Vegas knows, right? The sportsbooks
Yeah.
knows they didn't build all those buildings off of winners.
Nope.
And when something like this comes along, this is where the money, the public money is on Miami, and some of the data I read is Vegas is like, we're gonna need Philly, like we need, and when they say that, that's usually what happens. It makes this pick very difficult for me because on a normal, the algorithm probably would have spit out take the Eagles.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a believer in the Eagles. I think Dallas is going to win that division. This is one of the games I think the Eagles will lose.
Dude, you are going back and forth. You're going in circles.
I'm
all
not a
over here.
believer. If you follow it,
all right.
what I'm
already
saying
lost.
is that what I'm saying is I'm going against my normal grain.
Okay. Got you.
Okay, because I don't believe in the Eagles.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Everything points to the Eagles going to win this game.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in them.
Okay.
So I'm going against the data.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with the public, and I'm going to give Vegas a big. We're taking the Dolphins, Vegas.
All right,
Bring it on.
All right. What an analysis. What a
I just have a
breakdown.
hard time going with. I had a hard time coming to that conclusion, but I don't think they're going to slow the Dolphins down.
I am with you.
I took too much time.
I'm going to go with the best offense in this one, the top scoring offense, most points. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. In fact, I'm going to make the Dolphins so much.
Whew, gosh darn it. Oh, man.
I am making them the Kool-Aid pick.
Oh, man.
There you go, folks. It is the Kool-Aid pick this week.
All right. Oh, I don't like that one bit, but okay, let's wrap it.
I love it when you
Last
don't like
game,
it. I
announce
love it when
Let's
you don't
go.
like it.
We got to
Okay.
move.
San Francisco takes on the Vikings. San Francisco by 7.5. I don't think that Samuel is going to be out. If he is,
Bounce back game, just crush them. Vikings are bad. Just go ahead and crush them.
You know what? I am with you on that
I
too.
hate doing it again, but I'm going to do it.
It is Skull. Skull is just going down. Skull is going down, and this
Not my favorite
first
game.
ones.
Not my favorite game.
Actually, it's interesting. This is the only game. No, we had picked the Tampa Bay. We all picked Tampa Bay together. That was the only two that we picked the same ones. All right, two.
Like it. Come on. We got to go.
3-team parlay.
Let's do this.
Go.
We have the Chargers because I think the Chargers can pull
Chargers.
off that win. I'm going with Tampa Bay. They need to take control of that
Tampa
division.
Bay.
And I want Miami. They're in my 3-team
Miami.
parlay.
All right.
Scary.
Survivor pick.
Who you
Still
taking?
in the Survivor.
Let's go.
And I am going to go with the Bills. That's
All right.
right. The Bills for Survivor, man.
All right.
Dude,
Let's do it. Come on.
What a week.
We
What
gotta
a
go.
fun week. This is
Love it.
awesome.
I know. I'm excited.
You're
We'll see
still-
how I do without the algorithm.
You know, before the show, you were kind of antsy and all that.
Yeah, I don't know. Now just let the chips fall. I threw the chips up in the air. Let's see where they fall. All right.
All right.
But hey,
So,
go ahead.
we're going
Wrap
to
it
get
up.
this on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all that sort of stuff. Subscribe, like,
And
give us the comments.
pick some winners.
You got it. We will see you. Bye.